What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesFromTheCustomer. This story is called Department Store Customer Service Desk. No returns on altered items. But you lost my pants! About 3 years ago, I purchased an expensive pair of jeans at a famous P&W department store. They were around $200, and so I paid the additional alterations fee to have them hemmed to the perfect length, because if I'm gonna spend that much damned money on a pair of jeans, I want them to fit perfectly. So this is a nice department store that sells designer suiting, and they regularly do complex alterations and tailoring. A straight hem is a simple alteration. The seamstress comes by and measures, pins, and marks my hems. I pay for the pants and $15 for alterations. They give me the spiel about altered items not being returnable. I acknowledge it, and I'm told to come back in 5 days for my jeans. I return 5 days later. The customer service desk looks swamped, so I run other errands in the mall and come back a few hours later. The line is much better. I hand over my alterations ticket, and the clerk goes in search of my pants. She is unable to locate them, but tells me that she's new, so she might be looking in the wrong place. Unfortunately, everyone else is on break, and I'm asked to return later. I say, okay, and pop over to my gym that's across the street. Come back 90 minutes later, and it's now 45 minutes before the mall closes. Return to the desk. Another employee looks and also cannot find my pants. Their solution is to leave a note for the tailoring department that will be in again in 4 days due to a holiday. I am asked to come back in 5 to 6 days, and I am assured that they will have located my altered jeans by then. Fast forward 6 days. I now purchased the pants 11 days ago. I return. I explain the situation to the customer service desk. The search for my pants begins again. They locate a response note from tailoring to look in the men's section, as some women's pants may be mixed in. Success! They locate my pants. Unfortunately, they are still pinned and marked and have not yet been hemmed. At this point, a manager is summoned, and I am promised that she will personally hand them to tailoring when they get in, and I should come back in 48 hours and they will be done. Sadly, I am flying out about 36 hours later for a work trip. I will be gone for 10 days. Manager says, no problem, come in when you're back and they'll be ready. I go on the work trip, return home, and hit the store the next Saturday morning. It's now 25 plus days since pants purchased. I bring the alterations ticket in, no issues locating my pants this time. They are still behind the customer service desk waiting to be delivered to tailoring. I'm pretty pissed at this point, but I really loved the pants. Manager is summoned again. I'm told tailoring is at lunch, but please come back in an hour and I can talk directly to the seamstress and ensure she has my pants and is going to alter them. I return, she remeasures me and confirms the marking. Promises they will be done the next day. Return the next day and, oh, fun. We've returned to problem 1. My pants are again missing in action. After waiting another 30 minutes for an exhaustive hunt, I am done. At this point, my love for those pens has been exceeded by my frustration. I politely request a refund, and this is where it really gets silly. I don't mean to be rude, but at this point, I'm done. I purchased these pants almost a month ago, and this has been nothing but a hassle. At this point, you've lost the pants, and I just want a full refund. I'm very sorry for your experience, and I apologize for this situation, but unfortunately, as you were told at the time of purchase, we do not accept returns on altered items. Yeah, I get that, but that obviously doesn't apply here, so you'll need to make an exception. I'm sorry, ma'am. You'd be surprised how often I hear that, but obviously we can't make an exception for everyone. Yes, but this is obviously different. The policy is about customers purchasing alterations and then deciding they don't like the outcome or no longer want the item. Well, isn't that what's happening here? You no longer want the item? I don't want the item because you can't find it, and I'm sick of waiting for company to figure out how to perform alterations. Your no returns policy assumes that company keeps my money and I keep the pants. However, you lost the pants, therefore you either owe me the pants, which you can't seem to find, or my money back. I see what you're saying, ma'am. However, I simply can't take a return on an altered item. May I speak to a manager, please? Management is located and briefed. She sends customer service rep off to go look in 2 additional places for my pants while manager helps me. I understand you're trying to return an altered item. I'm trying to leave the store with either my pants or my money, as I'm not coming back again. This has gone on long enough and it's ridiculous. Other managers. Conversation with tailoring? My understanding is that your pants are altered and are here in the store. Please give us a few days to locate them because, as cashier mentioned, we can't accept returns on altered items. I just want my money back. The last 2 times I was here, you hadn't even done my alterations. At this moment, they are Schrodinger's alterations. We have no idea if they've been made or not. Technically, I have paid for pants, and I have paid for alterations. But since he can't produce the pants and prove they have been altered, I don't think the alterations policy even applies. What? Confused face. I quickly rethink my strategy of getting cute and making Schrodinger's cat paradox jokes and get back on message. Look, you can't find my pants. It's been a month. You have no idea if they were altered or not. I've been here 3 times and I'm just over it. If you cannot give me my pants right now, you have to give me my money back. I understand your frustration, but I found the pants. Customer service person hands them over, and they have, in fact, been altered. So I finally have what I've been in search of for a month, but at this point, I was so frustrated that, at that moment, I no longer even wanted the pants. But now, they were, here in hand, altered and unreturnable, and the time has come where I must decide if I'm going to have a Karen moment and continue fighting for a refund. I sigh. Manager and customer service person see that I have lost the will to fight. Customer service person starts to bag my pants. Manager stops her, scans the tag on the jeans, informs me that the brand is currently on sale and is able to do a price adjustment that credits me back 40% of the purchase price. An $80 credit went a long way to making me like the pants again, and so I said thank you, accepted that resolution, and went on my way. So, in the long run, I got the jeans a month later than planned, but for $120 plus tax and alterations instead of $200. But I still can't believe how this went down. If you lose my crap, you should have to give me my money back, and you can't hide behind a no returns policy. Okay, at that point, arson seems like a reasonable solution to the problem, because holy crap, that is so horribly horrible. I don't know. Oh my gosh. This story's called Clear Your Blackheads for Only $50. Just 10 minutes ago, had an encounter with a saleswoman that just left me feeling so gross and annoyed. I had just went to watch a movie on my own, and as everyone does in a cinema, I put off going to the restroom until the movie was over. Sadly, this mall that the cinema was located in seemed to have a grudge against toilets, and it took me forever to find one. On the way, I spot a beauty boutique shilling overpriced sea salt stuff, which didn't seem pushy at first from a distance. That was until they spotted me. For context, I suffer from cystic acne and have some dark blemishes on my face because of it. Pimples, but on steroids, isn't fun at all, and I've tried everything from scrubs to mud mask to tame it. After years of dealing with it, I know what works and what doesn't. I suppose that's why I must have looked vulnerable enough for them, because this woman marches up to me and hands me a sample, and me holding my bladder and already in a rush to find a restroom thought it was just a free sample that people hand out and let you live, so I grab it. Oh, big mistake. In her other hand is a large cup of sea salt, and the moment I grab it, she stops me and drops a large dollop of that stuff right on my outstretched palm with the largest crap-eating grin I've ever seen. She obviously knew what she was doing. I didn't want nothing to do with this, but because I needed to get the salt stuff out of my hands, I am forced to follow her inside the boutique, where she starts shilling this salt body scrub thing as I try to wash my hands off. Already, I have a terrible impression of this woman because who the hell does that? Because I'm a bit self-conscious of a person and honestly a bit too polite for my own good, though I really did try to weasel my way out at first. I end up having to listen to her shill her crap as I wash my hands, and suddenly she starts getting all up in my face. She asks me whether I use any skincare at all. Not wanting to make small talk any further and kind of itching to just leave, I say that I don't use any skincare at all, which is a lie. I have had a moderate amount of experience in skincare to know what is good for myself and what isn't. and boy did she have a lot to say. She starts pointing out the blackheads on my nose, which to me couldn't honestly be less pathetic of a trait to scrutinize, as you can literally get rid of them with $3 pore strips, and pulls out this brown looking bottle of face scrub that looks grainier than the Sahara Desert. If I was uncomfortable then, I was even more uncomfortable now. I'm definitely not a skincare expert and have just recently forced myself to maintain a routine, but I damn well know that physical exfoliants easily clog and tear skin. And this one looked like 99% grain, 1% face wash. She starts commenting on how I should buy this scrub to remove my blackheads and all that crap. It was so gross and predatory, especially when I don't look a day over 15. She then dropped the bomb. For the grand old price of $50, I can buy this crappy bottle of sand, and get this, that's what I'll pay after the discount. I'm a college student and I had reluctantly told her my age, so I don't know what the hell she was on to think that I had that kind of money to spend $50 on something I could get in the pharmacy for $4. All this while, I'm making this show of mentioning how I'm in a rush because I honestly was. A girl's gotta piss. But at that point, I really felt like just going right there on her marble floors. Eventually, I'm just so tired of it that I stop her and say that I really must go. And instead of letting go, she ramped it up even further and continued to condescend me with stuff like how I wouldn't be pretty with blackheads on my face. She wasn't pleased when I left, but then neither was I. I'd had enough of her critiquing my face. Anyway, I did free myself. But now I just feel disgusted at how manipulative this snake oil salesman was, and how someone who might be insecure about their face might have given in and bought an overpriced St. Ives walnut scrub because of this woman's awful attempt at getting some commission. Edit. I went to leave a bad review on their Facebook page, and apparently, this same outlet I'd been to had manipulated an autistic child into spending $400. All he had in his account on their stuff in July. Absolutely despicable. I was going to let the incident go, but now I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind if they try this on me again the next time I'm at the mall. Yeah, that's how it is. To a majority of salespeople, you're just a walking commission check. They don't care. Unless you're a good salesperson, which there are some, but they're not very common because the reason they're salesmen is because they want to make money. Today I fudged up by marrying my high school sweetheart. Today I fudged up. 10 years ago, I fudged up by marrying my high school sweetheart. Throw away because it should be evident. Strap in, this is gonna suck for you and me both, but I gotta do it for me. Typical story, boy meets girl, boy and girl stay together for years, boy and girl get married and have kids. In comes the wrench. 7 years ago, my wife decides to become a complete religious nutcase. All sex is bad, and it's only slightly less bad if it results in procreation. Basically, a complete halt to our sexual relationship. Nada. Nothing. No warning, just one day she comes home and says, "We're not having sex anymore," and she stops taking birth control. At this point, I start looking at annulment options and divorce. Alas, I missed my escape window. 2 months later, she tells me she's pregnant. I can't leave now. There's a kid. Kid is amazing, and I love this kid very much. Could never leave that kid. The next 2 years, my wife pulls progressively further and further away. Almost no physical contact at this point, outside of sex, 1 time per month. And sometimes not even that. No kissing, no hugging, nothing. I get no emotion and no affection from her at all, but I can't leave. Not for the kid. Then bam! Pregnant again! We both come from fertile families, so it's not unexpected that one screw-up ends with a kid. The second kid comes, and that kid is absolutely wonderful, and I love both kids more than anything in the world. Well, crap, definitely can't leave now. The last 5 years have been absolute hell for me. I've changed jobs and we have absolutely no financial stress whatsoever, but my wife just will not touch me. She barely talks to me other than to complain or ask me for something. She still wants sex once per month, but outside of that, there's just nothing. There's nothing romantic about it at all. She checks her calendar, checks her temperature, and says, "It's that time, go." Inevitably, I always feel worse after. calendar. I can't have sex on a schedule. I've tried to spice things up. We went on a tropical trip for our 10-year anniversary. No sex. In fact, I ended up having to do it myself in the bathroom while my wife sat naked on the bed ignoring me. How freaking messed up is that? I suggested we go to marriage counseling. We went, but not in good faith. My wife had no intention of making changes. I started going to church with her in hopes that some good faith compromise might be possible. Nothing. No effect. So here I am, 10 years and 2 kids into a marriage with a woman that refuses to touch me, refuses to talk to me, refuses to listen, takes no interest in anything I have interest in, and won't do a damn thing to make things better. And somehow, when I try to talk to her about it, she gets offended and acts like she's the injured party. So that's my screw up. 10 years in the making. Screw me, right? Update. Thanks for all the constructive and unconstructive criticism. I attempted to talk to her last night and re-engage, and she just sat there and didn't say anything. I will try again tonight. To those who are criticizing me, yes, I am a selfish coward and terrified of not seeing my kids every day. No, I'm not a 400-pound incel. Yes, I realize I'm partly to blame for being so passive. No, I'm not really looking for advice, I just wanted to vent. To those who shared stories, thank you for offering a perspective I haven't thought about. Okay, yeah, that guy's in a bad marriage. Poor dude. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.